Thousands of people in a northern Ontario town are under threat from a growing forest fire and have fled their homes. But some are refusing to leave, and flames are edging closer to the communities of Red Lake and Fort Hope First Nation. Let's bring in the CBC's Natasha Fatah, who's following the latest on this story. So, Natasha, what are officials saying?
Hannah, the fires are still burning, still out of control, and inching closer towards these communities. So the thing that officials are focusing on right now in terms of the population is get out. If those who haven't left the community of Red Lake yet, they said there's no reason to stay. It's not worth the risk. They are basically pleading with the public. There's about 500 residents who have still decided to stay this week, and they're saying it's just not worth it. Please get out of the community while you still can, because a critical thing with the fire is as it's moving closer towards a highway that would be a main route for people to get out. So we know that 3,800 people from the community have already left. 500 of them are in Thunder Bay, but many of them are being scattered in various communities. They're being housed in hotels, hundreds of them in hotels. But officials say there's this small contingent of people who are refusing to leave, or whether it's stubbornness, whether it's fear, whether it's wanting to protect their property. They say it's not worth it. In fact, the police are saying that some who have already left returned, and they're saying that they want to protect their property, but they said that's what first responders are for. What you need to do as a resident is to not be here right now. So there's a lot for them to be considering. And remember that while they are being housed in these hotels, we're still in the midst of the pandemic, so physical distancing is still a factor. The hotels are doing their best that they can in order to ensure that people remain at a safe distance, but it's very stressful for these community members, many of whom have no idea when they can go back, and it's certainly not looking good because, as I mentioned, the fire is getting closer towards the community.
Yeah, so give us the latest on the fire, Natasha.
Absolutely. The latest information that we got from officials in terms of the fire is that a new one has popped up overnight, and that's only about 100 kilometers away from Red Lake. So it's still burning, as I said, still out of control, and the conditions right now are hot and dry. So that is not good. And they are urging the public to be extra careful if they're in the area. And they've got a fairly large contingency of firefighters on the ground and in the air. So you've got 20 crews working right now. You've got a multiple helicopter scenario dropping water on top of the forest fire, but they've really had no luck, Hannah. Now, one possible factor in all of this is that it's going to rain today, and there might even be a thunder shower, but some of this is going to be scattered. So whether in fact it will actually help diminish the intensity of the fire, we don't know. It certainly won't help it, which is good. The wind, on the other hand, is a factor because the wind is pushing it towards the community, pushing it towards the highway. If that redirects and removes, then that might help the firefighters who are trying to maintain some degree of control, but they really haven't had much luck. So these things evolve, the weather evolves, the fires evolve, so we'll stay on top of that for you over the course of the day.
Okay, always appreciate it. Thanks, Natasha.